Hey guys, so today we are taking a look at the brand new LR Evolution Blue Vegeta at 55%. 0 skill orbs, full level 1 links, so this is a look at pretty much the character. You pull him, you awaken him, boom, this is what he's going to look like. So, let's go over his details real quick. His leader skill is the Powerful Comeback, or Reps of Universe 7 category, key plus 3, 170 stats across the board. Super attacks are pretty much the exact same as the LR UI Goku. 12 key is Colossal with a high chance of performing a critical hit for 1 turn. 18 key is Mega Colossal with a high chance of performing a critical hit for 1 turn. Again, what that means is that the first super attack you perform in a turn means that every attack, including that same attack, will have a 50% chance of being a critical hit. And then if you get a second super attack within that same turn, so an additional super either from the passive or from your hidden potential system, that has a 100% chance of being a critical hit, as well as any subsequent attacks that you do in the same turn. Pretty absurd super attack effects. In my opinion, by far the best super attack effects in the entire game. That's what makes these units as good as they are. His passive is Power to Keep Promises. We have it's kind of similar to the UI Goku, so I'm not going to go super in depth about it, but start a turn boost of attack and defense 150%. Reduces damage received by 10%. That's just baseline. Plus an additional damage reduction of 10% within the same turn with each attack received, up to 30%. So in total, he can get a maximum of 40% damage reduction, assuming he gets hit 3 times in the same turn. He also gets an additional key plus 1 with each attack performed, up to 5. A medium chance of launching an additional super attack if HP is 50% or less at the start of the character's attacking turn. After a character receives an attack 7 or more times in battle. Revives with 70% HP recovered when the character or an ally attacking in the same turn is KO'd. So let me just quickly summarize the differences between this Vegeta and the UI Goku we looked at in the previous video. So this Vegeta doesn't have a 70% chance to dodge. That's what UI Goku has. So instead of a 70% chance to dodge, he has 10% damage reduction with a stacking additional damage reduction buff up to 30%, which means he's going to have a total of 40%, assuming you get hit 3 times in the same turn. That's, compared to dodge, you can sort of determine which one you like better. UI Goku gets key plus 1 with each attack he dodges, up to key plus 5. This Vegeta gets key plus 1 with each attack that he himself does, up to key plus 5. Which is not terrible considering the fact that he has a built-in chance to perform an additional super attack in his passive. On top of that, I do recommend you guys go for maximum additional investment in this character with the hidden potential system, just because of the fact that they already have so much crit built into their super attack effects. I think the smarter play is to go more additional, which will also play into Vegeta getting that extra key more often. And then the final difference in the passives between this guy and UI Goku is the conditions for the revival skill. UI Goku has to only be hit 3 times to get his revival skill active, while this Vegeta needs to get hit 7 times. So you guys might be wondering, why do they make UI Goku's revival condition so much easier to get? But when you look at it and you really think about which one's easier to get, I think the Vegeta one is going to be way easier to get because of Goku's 70% chance to dodge. He's not going to get hit nearly as often as this Vegeta will. This Vegeta is basically guaranteed to get hit unless your 5 dodge from the hidden potential system activates. So I think that's a big advantage that this Vegeta has over the Goku, is it's much easier to get his revival skill active, which is a very powerful effect. He also has an active skill that is different than Goku's, the Final Explosion. Can be activated when HP is 50% or more, starting from the 4th turn. So the conditions are the same as the UI Goku, but the active skill effect is a bit different. He causes Mega Colossal damage to all enemies, so it is an AoE active skill. I think, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong off the top of my head, I believe this is the only unit in the game that has an AoE active skill. But the way that they sort of balanced this was it does Mega Colossal damage, but it does not raise attack. So if you compare this active skill effect to Goku, the Goku greatly raises his attack for 1 turn and does ultimate damage with his active skill, whereas this Vegeta does not raise his attack and he does Mega Colossal instead of ultimate. Mega Colossal does not do as much damage as ultimate damage. So single targets, that UI Goku is going to be doing more damage with his active skill, but against multiple enemies, obviously this Vegeta is going to do way more damage because it is an AoE. So it can be useful in things like Super Battle Road, but we will see how much that comes into play. Turn 4, you got to sit down and think about it, right? Is turn 4 really going to be a situation where you find yourself still facing off against multiple enemies? The answer most likely is probably going to be no. But in Extreme Super Battle Road, that's where I think we'll see this character really excel with the active skill, because they have so much more health than regular Super Battle Road. We'll take a look at him in a different video. It's his own dedicated video on Extreme Super Battle Road. So, his links are Prodigies, Royal Lineage, Godly Power, Prepare for Battle, Tournament of Power, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. So the one thing I do want to mention here, again, comparing him directly to the UI Goku, this Vegeta has, I would say, 2 main key links. He has Prepare for Battle and Tournament of Power. He also has Royal Lineage. I don't know if I would classify Royal Lineage as a quote-unquote main key link. It's only going to be Vegetas and Trunkses that have this key link. Like, there's no other units in the game. I mean, I guess Bullas or Bras would have that, but it's mainly just Trunkses and Vegetas. So I don't know, I wouldn't classify that as a main key link, but there are some units in the game under his categories that you might want to link up alongside him that do have Royal Lineage, so it can be effective for sure. I think for me, the fact that they sort of removed Super Saiyan from this guy's link set, I mean, his name is literally Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. And he does not have the Super Saiyan link. So I think he would have been better off with the Super Saiyan link over something like Prodigies, I think. But the link set definitely is still really, really good. Then is finally, I think the biggest thing that this guy brings to the table are the sheer amount of categories he has. How many is this? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has 13 categories. That is probably among the units that has the most categories in this entire game. So let's go take a look at what he has. Powerful Comeback, Reps of Universe 7, Universe Survival Saga, Realm of Gods, Pure Saiyans, Full Power, Vegeta's Family, Siblings Bond, Worthy Rivals, Bond of Master and Disciple, All Out Struggle, Miraculous Awakening, and Gifted Warriors. So he is on so many different teams. And the thing with this guy is a little bit different than UI Goku, whereas a lot of UI Goku's category teams sort of overlap with each other. This Vegeta is on a lot of teams that are standalone on their own, like pretty good. Like Bond of Master and Disciple does not really overlap with many other categories on this list here. Same thing with like Worthy Rivals, right? All Out Struggle. These teams don't really overlap as much. Like we can take a look at like Realm of Gods and like Reps of Universe 7 and Universe Survival Saga. Like they're all pretty much the same roster with a few differences here and there, but there are a few distinct teams on here that he could definitely help out a lot. But the way that I'm going to be doing this showcase is I'm going to be doing it very similarly to how I did the UI Goku showcase, where I'm going to be building 3 different teams with him, Vegeta 1 as the leader, and then 2 with him as one of the subunits on the team. So the first team we're going to be doing is the Powerful Comeback / Reps of Universe 7 team with Vegeta as the leader. I didn't use Vegeta in the UI Goku showcase, but I'm going to be using UI Goku in the Vegeta showcase just because I feel like Vegeta relies more on UI Goku than UI Goku relies on Vegeta. So we're going to be doing this team right here. Both rotations are going to be Vegeta and UI Goku, and then the friend Vegeta alongside LR Jiren, because they actually do share, I think, 4 out of 7 link, which is pretty good. They share Godly Power, Fierce Battle, Tournament of Power, and Legendary Power, which is pretty good, with LR Jiren there, pretty good. And then the floaters will be 17, the Fit Buu, and STR UI Goku. Then we have the Gifted Warrior / Kamehameha team. It's pretty similar to the one that I used with the UI Goku. The only thing I did was I replaced UI Goku himself with Vegeta. And I'm going to be having the Vegeta alongside the GT Vegeta. That will be a pretty good rotation. I believe they also share 4 links with each other. So the orb changing also will definitely help the LR Vegeta out because again, they're going to share Royal Lineage and Prepare for Battle, so that is 4 key. I mean, technically it's 3 key, so Royal Lineage is a link that link level 10 gains an extra key, but because he's link level 1, they're only going to be sharing 3 key via links with each other. So I think, Prodigies, they share Royal Lineage, Prepare for Battle, and Fierce Battle, so 4 out of 7 is pretty good. Again, I wish he had Super Saiyan so they could share this as well, but unfortunately they do not. So that's going to be the rotation there, and then we'll have the GT Kid Goku and Friend Goten and Trunks, as well as the Krillin floating around. And then the final team we're going to look at is the Realm of Gods / Explosion of Anger team, or Exploding Rage team, with Beerus here. This is, again, similar to the team that I used with UI Goku, but I made 2 changes. Number 1, obviously, I replaced the Goku himself with Vegeta. And number 2, actually there's 3 things. Number 2, I replaced the STR UI Goku with Evolution Blue Vegeta, the AGL one, because I think they link up pretty well. I think they share like 5 links actually. Yeah, Prodigy's Royal Lineage, Perfect Battle, Turn of Power, and Fierce Battle, so that is going to be a good partnership there with the LR. And finally, one of the most important units that I included on this team was I removed the West Supreme Kai for Vados. Now this, talk about a team that is very, very good with Vados, right? Beerus, Whis, and Vados as a rotation is like one of the single best rotations in the entire game. We have Evolution Blue, Vegeta, the LR, and Vados. Take a look at what Vados is actually doing here. So Vados, oh, they're pair passive. So she supports different categories. She supports Universe 6, Realm of Gods, Siblings Bond, and Bond of Master and Disciple. Each of those categories get attack and defense plus 20%. If you are on multiple of those categories, you get multiple instances of attack and defense plus 20%. So one of the upsides to Vegeta being on so many categories is the fact that he will be receiving 3 instances of that support buff. He's on Realm of Gods, he's on Siblings Bond, and he's on Bond of Master and Disciple. So he's going to be getting 60% attack and defense support from Vados, which is why this Vados is going to work so well with this Vegeta. And also the same thing can be said with this Vegeta too, because this Vegeta is also on those teams. So Vados is going to be working really well here. But I think in terms of what we are going to be doing first, we're going to be taking this team right here, the Powerful Comeback / Reps of Universe 17 team, into Super Battle Road. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and jump into the Universe Survival stage of SBR. So it's the same stage that we use UI Goku on, so we can pretty much, see how good he looks. Well, first of all, we're using him alongside UI Goku, so we can sort of compare them side by side, but in the previous video I did run UI Goku himself in this event, so we can sort of look and see and compare and contrast how well he does compared to him. So again, I want to have Vegeta alongside UI Goku as one rotation, and then the friend is going to be alongside Jiren, who they share 4 links with. So this friend Vegeta is at 55%. He also is at no skill orbs with a few link levels, but nothing too crazy. So we are going to go ahead and jump in. Hopefully our rotations are not too bad, and we should be able to destroy this without much difficulty. 563,000 health is pretty good. First rotation is not spectacular. I'm going to have to rotate off, I think, Jiren here. We're going to keep my Vegeta on rotation. So this is a good test, right? I mean, obviously he has a terrible link set with this guy, only sharing Fierce Battle. This guy's meant to just be a floater. I didn't really want him to be on main rotation. 139k defense to start out with. Keep in mind, he has 10% damage reduction at the start of turn, so he needs to be hit 3 times to get his 40% damage reduction active. What I'm going to do here is I'm not going to use an item. I'm not going to do any sort of manipulation whatsoever here. I'm just going to let things play out, and whatever happens, happens. We're getting attacked first by the physical unit, twice actually, which is not great, but hopefully he doesn't super right away, and we can skate out of this turn unscathed, even though this is probably one of, if not the worst possible outcomes that we could have had on this team first rotation. So we'll go ahead and just grab these. We can't even super, so I mean, whatever. We'll give Fit Boo a chance to stun. I guess we'll give you a chance to... Who's next? So we have UI, Jiren, and UI. I don't know, man. I guess we'll just try and go for the stun on Basil. And then Vegeta at the end, you can't super. Oh, you actually can super. So I guess we'll just go for Lavender here with you. Alright, let's see what happens. 31. Alright, this is going to hurt. Yeah, we just got, I mean, we just got really unlucky with the rotations here. I was actually considering just like backing out and starting over. Alright, so now we're taking double digits from type neutral. This should do not that much. Yeah, 79k. That's really not that bad at all. Pretty good. Alright, so no stun, unfortunately. We do get the dodge on him. 2 dodges, cool. So we got 1.5 from you. Again, this is like sort of a fodder turn because we just can't like get anything active at all, so it's fine. Alright, so we have the Icarus support item activating here because we fell below 70% health. Let's go ahead and rotate Jiren off. I'm going to keep this rotation the way this is for now, so we have both UIs together. I'm just going to get rid of Basil. And then we'll have STR UI focus on Bergamo. And then Jiren, I guess we'll also have you focus on Basil in case he's still alive. Fine. I imagine this will kill Basil, so we'll see. Yeah, he's done. Alright, cool. So we get him out of the way. And things should be relatively smooth sailing from this point forward. It's a little bit scary if Bergamo decides to super attack Jiren at the end, but not really much we can do to avoid that. Actually, is it possible Jiren just kills almost a 4 million attack that from Jiren? I actually think he could kill him. Yeah, I think he's dead. Oh, additional as well. Okay, he's definitely dead. Yeah, Jiren is pretty powerful here. Alright, so we'll move on to the next turn. Still not a very good rotation for Vegeta. I mean, we have at least 2 links active with Turn of Power now, so we have some ki going here. But 173,000 defense with 17 around, which is not bad. I'm actually going to get same type orbs so I can heal up a little bit. I imagine Vegeta might be able to kill Lavender, but we'll see. If not, 17 should be able to clean up. So Vegeta's at 1.64. Again, not super impressive. Actually, it's pretty bad, to be honest. But again, these rotations just suck. Like, terrible. But we'll be able to... actually, didn't even kill him. We'll be able to establish our rotations next fight. So finally... Yeah, this can happen, right? I mean, you jump into Super Battle Road and you just like get terrible rotations. There's nothing you can do about it. Typically, what I like to do, if I'm taking on a Super Battle Road stage, is I like to just go in and reset until I get good rotations, which is something you can do with Evolution Blue Vegeta because he's so common on the friends list. But this is just the reality of how it is sometimes. So now we have our rotation set up finally. So Icarus will activate here, I believe. Let's see. There it is. So we got some extra defense and attack. Vegeta's sitting at 153,000 defense here. We're getting attacked by Caulifla first. I believe we should be fine even if we get supered. So I'm actually going to leave him there and I'm not going to use an item. And what I'll do is I will focus on Hit, because Hit is attacking in that final slot. If Hit decides to super that UI Goku at the end and he doesn't dodge, we will die. So we'll go ahead and grab these for the Ultra Super attack against Hit. AGL UI Goku, he won't actually be able to get a super. Damn, that sucks. But we'll grab these anyway. And STR, we'll be able to give you these. I'm going to still focus on Hit to see if we can get him out of here. Alright, so Vegeta's going to take double digits first attack, pretty good. He's at 3 million attack stat, so hopefully if we get a crit here against Hit, we'll be able to take him out. Nice. And the additional for 2 million. Okay, so this is a guaranteed crit. This should take Hit out. So Vegeta pretty much just soloed Hit by himself. Pretty good. So he's out of here. Perfect. 2.4 from UI Goku. Yeah, this rotation, like Vegeta and UI Goku together, there's very little content in this game that can potentially stand up to that combination there. I mean, look at this. So we're looking pretty good. We will have the Jiren and Vegeta combination next turn. Oh, hopefully we dodge this, otherwise I think we're dead. Okay, perfect. Yeah, this rotation is pretty good. Alright, so we have the Jiren and Vegeta combo with 17 as well, which is great. So, defensively, Vegeta's at 170,000, Jiren at 254. We will focus on Kale here. So here's the main problem with Vegeta, like I was talking about earlier. Actually, it's not really a main problem with Vegeta, it's just because Jiren has shocking speed, right? Jiren activates shocking speed with 17. Vegeta not having shocking speed, not having, you know, another key link that isn't royal lineage, I feel like is what's hurting him here. Because UI Goku has shocking speed, UI Goku has breath of battle, turn of power. UI Goku would link up better with Jiren in this scenario because he would be able to get the extra 2 key from shocking speed. But we're not going to be able to get the 18 key super with Vegeta because getting these right here is not going to be enough. If only he had 2 more key, that's it. So anyway, we'll go ahead and focus on the Kale, and well, I guess we'll just grab these. I'm actually going to focus on Kale with Jiren as well. Hopefully we can get a crit. Because I don't want Kale supering Jiren in the middle and killing us, but we'll just do this. That's fine. Actually, do I want to attack Kaba? Yeah, I think I actually do want to attack Kaba, just because I'm scared 17 will get supered and die. We'll attack Kaba with you as well. It's fine. Alright, let's see what happens here. Alright, so 2 million. Hopefully we can get an additional super. We don't, okay. Then Jiren at 5.2 million. And an additional, okay, so Kabba's dead, perfect. Which means 17 should be safe here. Perfect, so Kale didn't super, which means we're good to go. We're only going to turn 3, which means we probably aren't going to get the active skill in this fight. And so let's put you there. Actually, do we want to put Goku in the front? I think we do. I will attack Kale, get her out of there. And then we'll do this, hopefully get a crit with Vegeta. And the Fit Boo can also do this, it's fine. I'm pretty sure Kale's just dead to UI Goku though. Yeah, perfect. Alright, so that's done. If Vegeta gets a crit, we probably will be able to kill this guy in this turn. 2.8 million. No crit. Okay, so we actually might be able... Okay. I was going to say we might be able to get the active skill next turn, but we might be able to kill this guy this turn. We'll see. Yeah, I think he's probably dead. Yep. Oh well. Maybe we'll get it in this final fight here. So we're going to get the Icarus active turn 1, which is fine. I will put Vegeta in the front. 153. Actually, how many times are they attacking? Well, okay. I really want to do this. This would pretty much ensure that we win this fight with like 0 difficulty, just because Jiren would be able to get his active skill in 2 turns. We would definitely need to use an item here, though. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I'm going to go ahead and use a Princess Snake. I think that should definitely be good enough in combination with the buff we have from Icarus. But I'm going to leave Jiren there. I think that's fine. I will... Who do I want to attack here? UI Goku, no. I think I'll attack... I think we'll attack Frieza? No, we'll attack Vegeta. I think we can kill Vegeta, actually, if we attack Vegeta the whole time. He's being attacked 3 times in that first slot, which means we will not be able to get the 18 key, damn. Alright, whatever. And then Vegeta will be able to get almost max key, so we'll focus on the AGL Vegeta there, and then UI Goku at the end. Just in case that Vegeta's still alive, I guess we'll just focus on him again here. Alright, let's see what we got here. There's 1, there's 2. This is going to do 0 damage. There's 3. Okay. Four, 5. Okay, so he has his full passive active, and he also has the active skill condition fulfilled already, so yeah, we win. And there's Vegeta at 3.3 million attack stat, taking down that Vegeta, plus an additional guaranteed crit on UI Goku, and then the STR UI Goku at the end is also going to redirect his attack to this UI Goku as well. So just a ton of damage coming in here. I don't think we're going to be able to get the active skill here in this event. I think we're going to have to go into a longer event to get the active skill. Yeah, look at this damage we're putting out. Like this is absurd. Super from you. We actually got hit. Okay, this is going to do a little bit of damage. Yeah, that's fine. Not a huge deal. We will put UI Goku in the front. Actually, you know what? We'll put Vegeta in the front just to test it out. 173,000 defense with the damage reduction. I think he should be okay. If 17 supers, we will take a little bit of damage, but he would be the 3rd attack, so by that point we would have 30% damage reduction. So I think we should be okay regardless. We're going to attack UI Goku. So we will get these. That will be an 18 key super attack. UI Goku, I'll have you target... I'll just have you target 17, that's fine. And then 17 will get you back to UI Goku in case you're somehow still alive at the end. And the next turn we win with Jiren's active skill. Alright, so there's 10% damage reduction, 10% damage reduction. So now we're fully built up with 40% damage reduction, so we're good to go. 2.8 million with this 18 key super attack. You're dead. And then UI Goku's going to do pretty good damage versus 17 here. Okay, there's the additional guaranteed crit. And we'll lower Frieza's attack here, and that's pretty much all she wrote. There's not really much they can do. I mean, this is going to hurt a little bit. Actually, it's going to hurt a lot, probably, but that's fine. Yeah, almost 300k damage. Actually, are we dead? No, we're good. Because now, we can just do this and win the game. Okay, so they're stunned, which means we can pretty much do whatever we want and not have to worry about anything ever again. I'm going to actually attack 17 just because we have type advantage over Frieza with Vegeta. And remember, Jiren does get a guaranteed crit when the enemy is stunned. So we should be able to just clean up here with very little difficulty. And that should be the end of this, I think. We'll see. Yeah, only a 7.1 million attack stat from Jiren. Guaranteed crit. Pretty good. And then Vegeta's at 2 million. If he gets an additional super, we're definitely going to finish this here. We'll see. Okay, I think we're good to go. Guaranteed crit on this super attack. Yeah, and then I think we should finish it with this guy. We'll see. Actually, he lived. Okay. He's attacking in the front. Are you kidding me? I'm going to put Vegeta in the front. I think we're good to go no matter what. We will do this. And we'll heal up as much as we can from the same type orbs. And we're good. We didn't even get a Dokkan attack. Okay, we just finished it too fast. Okay, so we're going to hop into the Majin Buu stage of Infinite Dragon Ball history here. Again, I don't think there's any really like big gimmicks on the stage. Like there's no locking, there's no ceiling. At least from what I was able to tell from the previous video I did with UI Goku, there wasn't any shenanigans like that happening to me. So we're going to go back into the same stage. Again, I want to have Vegeta alongside the other Vegeta, the AGL of Vegeta, the transforming one. And the turn that we're really going to try and focus in on is the turn with Vados floating around on the same rotation as those two Vegetas, because she is going to offer that 60% attack and defense support. So we'll jump in. We should not have many issues with the stage. Perfect. Okay, this is actually really good. We're going to have that rotation I was talking about on turn 3. So we'll cut to turn 3, and we'll be able to see some pretty insane numbers right off the bat. Okay, so here we are. This is pretty much the rotation we wanted. Unfortunately, this Buu is very annoying. He changes a lot of the field to candy. We have 6 out of 7 links here. Let me... Yeah, this is not really great. 173,000 defense from Vegeta. I'm actually going to put Vegeta in the front. We're not going to be able to get an 18 key. Yeah, this is just... the candy stuff's annoying. We'll do this. We'll see how much he'll be able to do with a 12 key super attack, but later on in this event, we'll definitely get a better look at this, because this is not that great. 2.22. Okay. That's fair. I mean, we're going to kill this guy, right? In this one attack, probably. Oh, he actually lived. Okay. But, yeah, we'll try and get a better turn than that in a second. Alright, so this is a pretty decent turn. We actually have the active skill with him. I'm not gonna use the... I'm gonna save it for a little bit. But we do have a decent amount of ki here. Remember, Supreme Kai of Time, I believe she gives 3 ki. Is that true? Yeah, 3 ki. Which is actually one thing that you have to keep in mind with Vados. Vados is giving a ton of attack, but she's not giving any ki, which could be an issue for this Vegeta, just because he needs a lot longer to build up his ki, as opposed to the UI Goku, because UI Goku can get his max of ki in like 2 turns, right? This Vegeta needs to attack 5 times. That's not really realistic, and it's going to happen in like a short amount of time, so he's going to need like 4 or 5 turns to get that actually maxed out. But we should be able to get, what is this, 22 key super attack, which is pretty good. So we'll grab that. He is getting the support from Supreme Kai time. I don't know what portion of her passive is actually active in terms of the buff she's giving, but should still be a relatively good number here regardless. Let's go ahead and see what he can do. And we're up to 3 million. Pretty good. Alright, so here we are without any support on the rotation. We are still trying to build up Vegeta's passive to get him as much ki as possible. But hopefully we can get multiple attacks here. I'm hoping he doesn't crit on his first attack, and then we can get this, and then we can get a 12 ki additional after that, just to get the ki built up a little bit more. I want to be able to get his maximum ki before Vados comes back on rotation. Vados is coming back next time this rotation comes around, so want to get the best setup possible for that. No additional, damn it. Okay. Well, we're at about, what, like 3 or 4 ki from his passive, so it's not too bad. Alright, so we're actually getting the the AGL Vegeta transformation here. And we do finally have the rotation that we want with a decent amount of ki built up from Vegeta's passive, so we should be able to get a decent amount of ki here. He's going to have 6 out of 7 links active. Actually, he has godly... Wait, does this guy lose godly power when he transforms? Does he ever have godly power? Actually, I think, yeah, it's Vados who has godly power. Yeah, so, okay, he wants to be in the middle slot. So I'm actually going to pop his active skill. And what that's going to do is that's going to trigger his costume change mechanic, which is, what is this button that shows the costume? Yeah. So visual change is basically what that means. Every time you use his active skill, he will lose his battle armor and his shirt, because that's what happened in the show. So it's just to replicate sort of like what happened in the show. That's what he's going to look like. His model is going to change, and his sprites and his super attack effects are going to change as well. So we'll go ahead and pop the active skill, see what it looks like, see how much damage it does. 173k defense is pretty good, and we will move on from there. Alright, so as you can see, his model is now without a shirt or battle armor. So we'll put the AGL1 in the front. I guess we want to get those with the other Vegeta. So we'll go ahead and just grab this one orb over here. And we should be able to get 23 ki, which is pretty good. So basically max ki. Again, he has 173k defense with the extra damage reduction he'll receive once he gets hit a few times. Pretty good. And I think there's a good chance we actually do end up killing the Boo tanks here if we get additional super from the Vegeta. So we'll see how this plays out. Keep in mind the AGL1 is also getting a ton of support here too. He's doing a lot of damage actually. This guy's at full link level 1. Alright, Vegeta, let's see what you can do here. 3.79. That's basically 3.8 million. Alright, let's see it. See if we can get that KO screen in here. Yeah, there we go. That looks good. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and make this the final turn. After this, I will try and get Vegeta's revival skill. So we're going to cut until we can get that after this, just to get that into the video. And from there, we'll move on to a Dokkan event and end the video there. But let's make this the final turn that we are going to just have this. I want to get this with Supreme Kai, see how much we can do. 163,000 defense. We're going to actually be able to get max ki here at 2. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then we'll give you this. And we'll see what happens. 3.2. Okay. There's the additional. Okay, yeah, he's doing a lot of damage in this turn here. Alright, so after this turn, again, we'll cut to the revival skill, and from there we'll move on to a Dokkan event. Alright, so as you guys can see, we have the revival skill active here. In the bottom left corner, you have the little revive icon that is lit up. It is on fire, which means that if we die in this turn, we will revive with the 70% HP restoration on the next following rotation. So let's see if we can go ahead and get this active here. We do unfortunately have Vados on rotation, which means that the defense is a little bit higher than I would have liked to see, but if we do get supered in the front there by Buff Boo on this AGL Vegeta, we definitely, certainly, matter of fact, will die. So hopefully he does that. We'll go ahead and not get the same type orb so we don't heal up at all. And just pray that he attacks us and kills us so that we can see this revive skill animation, because it is really, really good. So there we go, revival skill activated. We are ready to go on this next turn. And there we go. So with that said, we are going to be moving on to a Dokkan event. I'm going to be showing Vegeta off on the Gifted Warrior / Kamehameha team. Let's dive into it. Alright, so we're going to be taking the Gifted Warrior / Kamehameha team into Vegeta's own Dokkan event. And one thing I do want to point out here is that this team consists of a lot of units. Actually, every single unit on this team except for the AGL Goten released post-anniversary on JP. So this is a team that they could not run on JP during the anniversary. So we're sort of looking at a time-mixed team here. The leader skill for these Goten and Trunks units are so ridiculous. You can run every single Dokkan Fest LR under that leader skill. I'm going to have the Vegeta alongside the GT Vegeta, who I think will make a pretty good partnership for both of them together. We saw in the previous looks that there are instances where this Vegeta can definitely struggle for ki, but I think them being linked together going to give the 3 ki as well as orb changing, so we should be pretty good to go there. And then we also have the GT Kid Goku floating around providing the extra rainbow orb changing, so this should be pretty good. Let's go ahead and jump in, and granted it is only a Dokkan event, but I don't think I think we'll still be able to take a decent look at what this guy can do here. So rotations starting out are actually good. We actually have both the Vegetas together, so that's perfect. Okay, let's go and hop into the event here. We'll just sort of focus on Trunks and Goten just annihilating this guy first. Just get past this one phase. With Krillin, this is going to be a joke. So, goodbye, Vegeta. Goodbye. Alright, so now we have the rotation that we need. Goten is not really doing much here, but we will eventually get a better floater here like Krillin. Look at this. Almost max ki turn 1. Pretty good. So we'll go ahead and grab that. Vegeta's defense here is at 122,000, so not the highest, but keep in mind he does have damage reduction built in as well. So let's go ahead and take care of this guy. I imagine we probably will finish him this turn. Basically a 3 million attack stat there, pretty good. Crit? No crit, damn. Alright, how much does this do? Type disadvantage. What, did we get hit once? I think we got hit once before this, so we have 20% damage reduction. 25k, okay. And then this Vegeta in the middle is at 5.2. Damn, no crits on either one, okay. If this Goten crits, he's dead. No crit. Okay, so no. Okay, well he's dead anyway. Okay. I was gonna say no one crit. Okay, there's Goten coming through for us. All right, so let's see what we got here. I'm gonna rotate actually Krillin off. I want to see Krillin alongside the Vegeta if I can. It's gonna be hard to. Actually, I don't think we'll be able to. It's too late. I think. Whatever. I mean, it's a Dokkan event, right? Whatever. I think the main point, I think I was already able to prove the main point I wanted to show, which was the partnership with both the Vegetas here is really, really powerful. It pretty much alleviates all the key issues that Vegeta has. I mean, yeah, you can link him up with like UI Goku, with LR Jiren, which we saw earlier, even the AGL Evolution Blue Vegeta, but the fact that this GT Vegeta is an orb changer and has a royal lineage to share, as well as prepare for battle, like it just makes him pretty much the perfect linking partner for this Vegeta. Like this is the rotation you want to run. The only downside to this is what you just saw in the previous turn, where if you're fighting a physical enemy, it's going to be pretty annoying because you're both int. But we'll go ahead and pop the active skill here just to see it again, and we'll go ahead and destroy this guy. Alright, so we got the costume change, and now we're going to go ahead and get the Ultra Super here pretty easily. Vegeta, I guess we'll just give you 6 orbs, can't really get more than that. And that should be the end of this. So he's actually supering us, okay. So we're both going to be supering each other with the same super attack without a shirt. Okay. Alright, let's return the favor here. Damn, no additional. Alright. Well, regardless, Goten and Trunks should finish this guy off here. So overall, I guess I'll just start doing my outro now. To me, this Vegeta seems really, really good, but I think when you take a look and compare him directly to UI Goku, to me, this Vegeta is someone who definitely would benefit a lot more from dupes than UI Goku. The main thing that I'm noticing is that this guy definitely has way more key issues than UI Goku does, and that was to be expected, right? I mean, we knew this coming in, that he was going to have a lot more issues with key just because him needing to actually physically attack the enemy to get his key, whereas Goku just needs to dodge. Like, it's much more in favor of UI Goku, but this Vegeta is still a monster. 55% level 1 links. Units generally don't look as good as this guy did, so I'm pretty impressed. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one.